Hey Anthony, know where we're going?
Where are we going?
We're going to recover a mule.
Say again?
We're going to recover a mule. And it's not the four-legged kind of mule. It's a four-wheeled kind of mule. Hey folks, so we're here recovering the mule, and we got ourselves lined up. There was a little indention depression here that we could back the truck up in, and we've got some jacks here. And we rolled the mule up, we measured, and it looked like it was going to fit, and lo and behold, when we got to the truck, it didn't fit. It hits the cap on the top of the truck. So the cap is coming off. We're going to take some, there are 6 clamps in there. We'll take the 6 clamps off, and then we're going to roll this sucker in there and get it home and see if we can't get it started. How much, Anthony, how much room you get over there?
About 6 inches here. You can bounce it over.
Okay. Go straight back.
Let's try it. You can clear it on this side now.
Yep.
Oh.
Who's made fire?
Put something there. Put something in.
Or not?
Who's there?
The glass?
That's it.
Get the tailgate up.
Who did it?
Yep.
All right. There's a,
Oh, you can strap. You might, yeah.
This is an air-cooled motor, really was designed for an airplane. Airplanes have got the advantage of a lot of airflow flying over those fins in the cylinders, which keeps them cool. In this case, what they did was put an external fan and shrouded the whole thing, enclosed it so that the air flows over the cylinders. So there's a piece right here in the center. We removed this piece. Why? Because I wanted to see what was going on inside, and I want to show you what we found. What do you see in there, Anthony?
Looks like to be a nest of some sort.
Yeah, it looks like a big old mouse nest. So the entire cylinder is full of mouse, I don't know, mouse nest, okay?
You got like a mouse condominium going on in there.
It is a high-rise condominium in multicolor. So that's what's going on. So now what happens if we start the motor with that thing in there? What do you think we have?
We have a fire.
We could have a fire. We could have a fire. We can burn the cylinder up because it doesn't get enough air. It's a big problem. So that's why we pulled this thing off, to make sure. The other side is fortunately no mouse in there. The other thing that's going to be nasty in there is aluminum. The mice, when they urinate on it, it makes the aluminum cylinder head look really ugly, unfortunately. So we'll have to clean that out. It's not a pleasant job. By the way, you got to use a mask when you do that, because mice carry all kinds of nasty diseases and you don't want to breathe that stuff in. So we'll do that too. But just wanted to point that out for you. Four bolts.
4 bolts right up through the platforms. Pretty straightforward.
Okay. Any connections back at the motor?
We disconnected the fuel at the fuel line right there at the fuel filter.
Okay, I can see that right down there.
Manual indicates there's a union that should be right above this rear tire that this particular mule does not have. So
Okay.
we're aware of that.
The manuals are helpful, aren't they?
Very. Looks like there's a little bit of Loctite or
Some sort of sealant.
all right, let's see what's in there.
Wow.
All right, I think we'll be looking for a new gasket.
I think it needs a new gasket. I don't
And
know.
I'm pretty sure we're going to need a new fuel filter, tank
You think?
filter. Maybe. Oh, boy.
Wow. How's that gas tank look inside there, Anthony?
Take a peek. Can you see?
Yikes.
You can get any light in there.
Man, that is ugly.
Interesting. It's
Baffled.
It's baffled, yes.
So we dropped the gas tank, and as we suspected from looking at the gas cap, it's a mess in there. We put some crud cutter in there to clean it out a little bit. We're going to pressure wash the inside of it and try to scrape off as much junk as we can. This we scraped a little bit clean. This thing is full of this really ugly dark, and I got it through there, but I don't know what you'd call that, mud. It's like a tar substance that, needless to say, no gas would have come out of here. So back to, you got to do your homework before you try to start these things, because all you can do is cause yourself trouble. The rest of it, the gas lines, we haven't blown them out, but they were running clean when we took them off, so that's not going to take us much time. The fuel filter, we got a new fuel filter for it. We got a new filter for the tank as well, and set of gaskets and everything. So we're going to put this in a bead blast machine real quick, clean all this stuff up, clean out and blow out all the vent lines. There's no vent line here either, which would cause problems. And we'll clean all this junk up. We're going to pressure wash the inside of the tank a couple times. Probably put some other, I'm not sure what we're going to try. We're either going to try Evaporust, or we might put something more caustic in there to try to clean the tank out a little bit more and see what it looks like. And we're sort of contemplating buying a new tank. It may be bad enough that we have to go there. But all right, so this is actually working quite well. This is a galvanized inside of the gas tank, and most of what's on here is not rust, it's just junk. And it's coming off, so that makes me excited. So I'm going to pour this junk out, and we're going to keep blasting it off. Nice. Hey folks, 100% biodegradable iron oxide and water. So hey folks, we're back. So the good news is the gas tank came clean. We used some pressure washing soap, and we cleaned out all the gas residue and poured it in a container to recycle, and then we cleaned the rest of it out with a lot of water and soapy water, and it came out really nice. We threw a chain in there and shook the chain around, got all the gunk off of it. We were blowing it dry, and we said, man, we're ready to go here. We're going to put a new filter in here. We were going to bead blast the cap and filter mechanism with the intake, and we looked down in the bottom, and come here, let me show you what we got. We got pinholes in the tank, holes in the tank. There's one here, there's one here, here. We got a bad gas tank, so what are our options? They're pretty small holes. This tank really, there's a lot of good metal on here. Believe it or not, metal is porous, and metal absorbs gasoline. And so over the years, and even a new gas tank has gasoline impregnated in the metal. And so when you go to weld it, it goes boom. So there are ways to weld gas tanks. Probably not what most folks are going to try to do, and probably should try to do. We could take this to somebody and potentially find, I've got some friends who are professional welders who would do something like this, and we might do that. I think we're going to call one of the Mule suppliers and see if we can't get a new gas tank, which is probably an easier solution. And if we can't get one reasonably, then we might end up having to come back out and cut out the bottom and weld a new panel in there. Again, there's a lot of ways to do it. People fill the gas tanks with different substances to make it inert. People put water in it. There's a whole bunch of things people do, but again, probably something most of us shouldn't try at home. So today was a successful day, and like a lot of restoration days, you don't get exactly done what you think you were going to get done. We got the mule home safely, which was great. We didn't hurt anybody or the mule or any vehicle, so that's always a successful day. Got gas lines all cleaned out, got a bunch of parts cleaned. Found out we had a hole in the gas tank, which we didn't plan for. We didn't think we were going to. So we're going to have to source a new gas tank and or get it fixed. But such is the nature. And so we're taking our time because we want to have this thing for a long time and enjoy it. So stay tuned for more.